What's going on, Muscle Monsters? Alain Gonzalez here, and today I want to give you a basic formula that you can use to start off your fat loss journey. Now, the calculation that I'm going to give you is not going to be 100% accurate. What I mean by this is just because you get certain numbers doesn't mean that those numbers are going to put you in a caloric deficit, which is necessary to lose weight. However, what it is going to do is give you a starting point, and then I'm going to give you another formula that you can use to ensure that you are making the proper and necessary adjustments. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first thing we got to calculate is how much protein we need. Now, when it comes to building muscle, right, we're eating in a surplus of calories. 1 gram per pound of body weight is more than enough. However, when it comes to restricting our calories, especially as we do it for a prolonged period of time, we need a bit more protein to help preserve our muscle mass. This is why I recommend anywhere between 1 gram and 1.2 grams, and maybe even slightly more as you get leaner. Okay? This is not something that I'm just coming up with myself. We have plenty of research that shows this, and I will link it down below. Now, in terms of fats, we also know exactly how many fats we need, right? We know that anywhere between 0.3 to 0.4 grams per pound of body weight is going to be more than enough to get all the benefits of a healthy fat intake. Okay? So now you know exactly how much protein you need, how many fats you need, and now where it gets a little bit more complicated is the carbs. But here's what I'll say, right? Because we don't have an exact number for everybody in terms of how many carbs they should be consuming, right? Especially since it's not really essential, right? But we need it in order to perform. And we need to be able to perform so that we can maintain our muscle mass, okay? So a good place to start would be 1.5 to 2 grams per pound of body weight. That will be the amount of carbs you'll start off with. Some of you will say, hey, that's way too low. Some will say, hey, that's way too high. It doesn't matter. Pick a number and then we'll adjust, right? We'll adjust accordingly. All right, so now you have exactly how much fats, protein, and carbs you'll be consuming. And I don't want you to overthink it. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be enough protein, or maybe I should have more fats, or maybe I shouldn't eat this much fat, or maybe I should have less carbs because I'm sensitive to carbs. It doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. Take the formula I laid out and use that, and now use this formula that I'm going to give you to make the adjustments. The adjustments are simple. What I want you to do is I want you to follow that macronutrient breakdown every single day for a week. And every single day, I want you to weigh yourself on an empty stomach, okay? At the end of that week, add up all of those weigh-ins and get an average, okay? I want you to repeat this for another week and then get the average again, okay? Now I want you to subtract the averages. If your average is going down, okay, that means that the calories that you calculated are putting you in a deficit. If the average is the same, then that means this is your maintenance, and all you have to do is slightly decrease your carbs by about 25 grams, and that should be more than enough to put you in that deficit. If for any reason you're actually gaining weight, then maybe decrease the carbs by, 30 to 50 roughly. And again, don't overthink it. Make that slight decrease, continue tracking, and see what happens, okay? Now, in terms of adding cardio, it's going to be very simple, all right? When your weight stalls, right, when your average doesn't change, you have two options. You can decrease the carbs slightly, or you can increase physical activity slightly. I would never recommend doing both, right? Because now you are putting yourself in an unnecessarily high deficit. Instead, do one or the other. Maybe alternate between the two. So maybe at one stall, you'll decrease the carbs. Maybe at the next stall, you'll add 15 minutes of cardio, and so on and so forth. The idea is find a starting point, track, and then adjust. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure to grab 21 Day Fast Abs. It's completely free. I'll link it down below. Go there, put your name and your email address. You'll get instant access to that, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.